I'm Ronan Nolan. I'm a partner in Deloitte. I head up the corporate finance team here, and I'm a chartered accountant. If I was talking to a student who was considering accounting as a career, I guess I would say they should look at the different qualifications and consider the pluses and minuses. And certainly I would see a lot of pluses in chartered as opposed to the other streams in accounting profession. Well, I do think, certainly in the Irish market and the British market as well in particular, it retains a status and a certain cachet, which is a huge asset to those who hold the qualification. It still has a premium recognition in the marketplace, although there are obviously other good qualifications also. Chartered still says something about the professional who holds the qualification, and people know that they can rely on certain core competencies. An interesting feature is that, you know, we're the dominant tax professionals, for example, not simply finance and auditing. And whereas in jurisdictions like the US, tax is very much a lawyer-dominated area, that's not the case in the UK and Ireland. So chartered accountants really do dominate as the leading tax advisors. The international aspect is a huge attraction of chartered accountancy, no question about it. And it's one of the appeals of the big firms, quite honestly, in terms of the strong networks that they're members of, so that even within a training contract, chartered students will have the opportunity, depending on the particular circumstances, to work abroad. But I think the key really is not so much travel within the training contract, but on qualification. Literally, you have a pretty open ticket to any country in the world, and the qualification will be recognised not just in Australia and New Zealand, where they also have chartered institutes, but in the States as well, and indeed in continental Europe. It's a very well recognised qualification. And, you know, I know from my own experience talking to people who come through the firm here that that's a huge attraction and translates into a real benefit for people. Yeah, Deloitte certainly regards chartered accounting as the core route to qualification. We do have some people doing other qualifications, but the vast majority of our students are chartered. And I mean, there's a number of reasons for that. Quite frankly, chartered attracts the best students, and we want to recruit the best students. So there's a clear overlap there. We're a registered chartered firm, so we really are very supportive of our profession. But I mean, I think the real reason is, you might say, a selfish reason. It delivers the best results for us. We have a structured training program. The Institute supports our students getting through their exams, and we really get a very good result. The training contract is kind of the key structure to a student's period with the firm as a student. I think there's a huge plus for students, really, in the sense that they're working with a group of their peers. There's really great support, and we've seen every year now that, you know, there's tremendous camaraderie between the folks, actually not just within Deloitte, but between the students in the various firms, because they all meet up at lectures and so on. And my sense is it's not competitive as between them. They really try and help each other get through. And I just would contrast that to maybe the more isolated situation that you might find yourself in a different environment. So I do think it's all quite conducive to people getting through. Yeah, when people qualify, that really is a watershed for them, and they've got to look at their opportunities. And generally, certainly we would seek to offer an opportunity in the firm for the highest achievers, and thankfully quite a number of those choose to take that route. And, you know, there's a progression then through the various ranks to director and ultimately partner if people are very successful. But a lot of people go straight into industry, and traditionally, for instance, London merchant banks have been big hirers and big payers too, indeed, of Irish chartered accountants. That's been a very attractive route. And industry in Ireland has, you might say, an insatiable need for highly qualified financial people. The environment for an accounting student, I think, is a very supportive one. There's a key aspect that people are in a group of colleagues, and they will get to know not just the people in their own firm, but people in other firms, and there's a huge support factor there. But there is also the mentor, who's a more experienced person, who is really given the job of keeping a watchful eye on a person's progress through their training contract. And it's, I think it's a most supportive facility for someone to have. That, you know, it's not just the academic side of things, it's the big picture as to how work-life balance is going, how their experience side is going, and they just have an opportunity to shoot the breeze and raise any issues they might have. Yeah, if I was to sum up chartered accountancy, I think I'd say it's a passport to a successful career in the global market.